Welcome. As always, back again.
Nah, start that over, blood.
Nah, man, ain't no start over nothing, man. We in here. Ain't nobody got no hats on today.
You said what?
No do-rag PH.
Yeah, take your hat off, fam. You messing up the...
I ain't get a haircut yesterday. I'm back to rap.
Yo, let me see the 360, PA.
I'm back to rap.
What?
Let's see the 360s.
Man, listen, we ain't going through this every week, man. Let's go.
I'm telling you, just see them, son.
I don't care.
First of all,
you gotta excuse him. He ain't never had waves, so
you heard him the first
be
time.
right.
Why you said what for? You heard him.
Be all right. Let's go.
Damn, son.
Son, what are you?
Ain't nothing in there. Ain't shit in there.
Yo, he over here acting.
Don't do that, son.
He drinking water?
Look,
He pour water in the
out
bottle?
so we can believe you. You gotta pour
I'm not
out.
pulling no shit out on my
Ain't nothing in there.
Get a cup.
Son, niggas being disrespectful, man. I don't got Instagram. I don't stunt for the gram, nigga. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's like 3 and 30 seconds just now.
Okay? He stunned for the tube, bro.
Just know that you got a few of those right there, fam.
He stunned for the tube.
He definitely stunting. And that look like apple juice, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
you ain't never had Bel Air, that's why.
I'm good. Sparkling cider. But how is everybody, man?
Yeah, you made me get some shit on my laptop, man.
Everybody good, man? How you, PH? How your week was?
That's cool.
I'm doing good, man. I've been all right, tired. I'm gonna yawn a few times for my man Chips, right?
We know. Used to that.
What about you, Duce?
Yo, man. All-Star Weekend. I don't know what's going on, man. They gotta fix it. Like Chips gotta fix his damn camera.
Nah, hold on, son. I got
Yo,
water in my shit.
One day we gonna be recording. This is gonna be somebody standing outside that door.
My door.
It's gonna be one day. All we gonna see is a face in the glass like this.
Strangers. 3-point contest was alright, and that's about it, man.
That was legit. All that was good. This past weekend, man. Yo, PH, man, we should have went out there, man.
But hold on, though. What y'all did for Valentine's Day, man? Because y'all was fronting beforehand. Okay, froze.
All right, yo, start over, B.
So what y'all did for Valentine's Day, man?
Oh, Lord.
What you do, Chips? Because it definitely wasn't just Valentine's Day. What else was it?
It was my 18th anniversary.
18 years.
18 years, man. Nigga, poor. Damn.
That's another one. What's that, 4 already?
Yeah, that's 5, son. That's 5. We're like 3 minutes in.
Yeah, man. 18 years, strong.
Are you long, though?
A long, hard road, but we up there. So we went out a little mini staycation, a little bit of ways in New Jersey at a resort. Went to resort.
You went 2 states out of town, okay?
Yeah, he live in Jersey. Don't let him play you.
Nah, he live in Pennsylvania. He had to go through New York.
But yeah, man, that's what I did. Anniversary, 2 days, Thursday and Friday. It was lovely, lit.
Okay.
You was thinking about Call of Duty the whole time.
No, I was not.
No,
I was not.
That's a damn shame, bud.
No, he wasn't. He was all into the week.
Yo, came back and kicked my mother-in-law right out the damn living room. Get out. Turn it on.
Say, yo, Key, your room is back up. Move. Get out. What you do, PH?
Not a damn thing.
Well, all right.
Sat in the house. Watch some TV.
Yo, Muslims don't celebrate Valentine's Day?
Oh, man. Muslims.
Yo, shout out to all the Muslims and Muslims. Don't listen to nothing. Don't listen to nothing
Muslims.
Chip
That's
said.
what he said. He said Muslims. Muslims.
Muslims.
You know what I mean?
You do, Pop.
Don't listen to nothing Chip said. Don't let him offend y'all. Keep watching.
Actually, if they celebrate Valentine's Day, I don't know. It was an honest question.
What did I do? We went out to eat. I ain't do nothing on the actual day. We did it the day before, 2 days before, 1 or 2. Went out to eat, something a little light. I had a chips experience though. So I ordered a steak. I told him medium.
Oh man, we gotta talk about this.
He bring the steak.
Word, this what you gonna bring up?
I cut the steak. Yo, first of all, it's a dimly lit restaurant. Shayna's across from me. The part of the steak I cut is facing me. She could see from her side. She was like, "That look well done." I say, "Yes, it does look well done." Ain't nothing medium about this shit. So, I'm raising my hand like I'm in class, like somebody.
Excuse me.
I was like, you know what? Hold on, and then I cut the. It was like the way they cooked it. Like only them edges was like.
Well,
Yeah, but I've never had it like that before. Like it was like well done on the edges, well done.
It just was burnt
caramelized. It was caramelized.
Nah. It was more what they call it Cajun. It was black.
Fam,
The
I
burnt
need you to
ends.
take this
They
back.
put some burnt ends on there, fam.
Word, that's exactly what it was. But it was straight though. It was straight.
That's what's up, man. We ain't do nothing, man. You know, went out to lunch. We both had to work, so wasn't much that could be done on that Thursday. But went out to eat. You know, got a little lunchy lunch. You know, got some roses. You know, a little beer. Had to get my baby a beer and a card because she was expecting it. But then she came home from school and she had like another little gift thing. I was like, "Where'd that come from? Who you got that from, yo?"
Calvin.
Now, but you know, it was cool. Plan on doing something this weekend too. You know, just to get away a little bit. But yeah, you know, it ain't do much. You know, older you get, the more and more that day really don't do much.
Nah, don't fall for that.
But my baby did give me some kicks. My baby got me some kicks.
Keep celebrating.
Thoughts of he did is his thoughts and his thoughts solely. That's not all of the trap. Please.
That is fine. You don't got no choice. You think you slick, see? You made your anniversary on the same day, so you could try and get everything out in one shot. You think
Knock it out in one stone, with one stone, rather.
think you're slick.
Actually, that's not a good idea.
Wow.
Nah, I don't mean for you, but I mean like.
It's not a good idea for rich people. That's what he was saying, Chips. When you're rich, it's not a good idea. When you top 5, you know.
You need that extra day to spend some money, right?
That's like having. Nah, I'm gonna leave it. I stayed away from every holiday on purpose.
He said, if I bunch it up with another holiday, I can't just go to an island. We gotta buy it. But
I'm glad you said that. That just reminded me for something later.
Oh man.
But speaking of buying tickets and buying things, we're gonna jump right into this very first topic.
I see what you did there.
Segue.
That was nice.
Speaking of buying tickets.
Just recently, you know, I'm gonna go with before the game took place.
Matter of fact, well, let me show you something.
The Duke UNC game, tickets got as high as I believe it was $2,300.
I thought it was 26.
I saw 23. It was because it was about half of the Super Bowl.
That was how much the retail price was up to.
Retail.
Somebody actually paid $10,000.
Are you kidding me?
For a pair of tickets.
Just to see Zion shoot. Nah, you know what?
$10,000.
Silly rabbit.
Needless to say, this is for a college basketball game.
I wish I knew who that person was so we could give him the big dummy.
Literally, throughout this game of 40 minutes, there was only 5 visible people that got paid. The 2 coaches and the 3 refs. The only other people that technically got paid during this game were not on the court, not visible, unless you was looking at the people that took the stats trackers and worked the clocks. Then, during the game, 36 seconds in, the biggest star in college sports right now, no matter the sport or nothing, the biggest athletic star gets hurt 36 seconds into the game. Not to mention, he blew out the entire sneaker. PG-13, you got to do better.
2.5s. They already went on sale. I was about to cop a pair.
Are you serious?
I'm dead
I heard
serious.
I heard that Nike stock dropped like 1 to 3% or something crazy.
Every 2.5s went on sale. I think like a lot of them is under $100 right now.
I'm about to go to Nike website tomorrow.
Yo, they got my joints that I was looking for. The moon shit.
No.
It's Thursday. I don't get paid on Thursday, so I gotta wait till this
You
week.
want the PlayStation joints?
Yeah.
No.
Man, get out of your mind.
Zion could have died in them. They still would have been the same price.
Like,
He
nope.
said they could have died in.
Word, son.
But with that being said, between the ticket prices, and again, I'm assuming, $10,000 is probably for a real good seat. You can imagine what the nosebleeds were. Outside of students, imagine what the students had to try and pay to get there. They probably couldn't even get in with their, I'm a student, so I get in free joint. Because they sold so many tickets. Is it time for the NCAA to start ponying up and get these boys some money? Now, I know, before we get into digging into it, I know it's different with each sport. When you're talking about the NCAA, there's a lot of sports that don't attract as much attention as NCAA basketball and NCAA football. So if taking that into consideration, we'll just generalize it as a whole. We won't really dissect what amounts should be, divvied up to which sport. But at the end of the day, it seems like something got to give because there's a lot of profit, and the people that are bringing this profit aren't getting anything of it. They can't even sell their shoes if they wanted to without getting kicked off the team or suspended or something like that. So what do you guys think? I'm going to start with PH.
Well, sir. 1 second. That's all every time. It's bedtime.
Go to bed, bull.
Now back to live action. From what I heard, Duke actually have an insurance policy out for Zion. If he was I think it's under the 16th pick.
Pick after
he
the
get
16th.
$8 million. Which it goes all to him. Nothing goes to the school. Which that's cool. But man, still F all that. They need to be getting paid. Like you said, man, look that one game probably paid for everything for the whole season for that team.
All that $8 million in that one game right there.
Yeah, probably. So, man, listen, Obama was at the game.
And I'm charging you, Obama. You getting charged at the door, blood.
Word. Pass that bread. President, no president.
You got to pay for every Secret Service dude that's with you.
Facts.
Yep. Everybody got to get a ticket. But, going back to even college football and all of the other stuff, man, all of them need to get paid, man. They're student athletes, student first. No. I never went with that. They athlete students. Motherfuckers don't never go to class. They be
Damn sure don't.
Word, son. Just like in Blue Chips. Mom was taking TV and failing the class.
Word.
They'll be doing nothing in school. They go to school to play basketball. And they only going there for 1 year anyway.
For one season, they ain't really doing.
Word, they not staying the full year. Don't trip.
Word.
Once the season over, school over, dog.
Listen, I'm trying to get it
After March, class is over after March.
No, well, yeah.
Soon as the tournament done, school done.
Yeah, I don't like that they don't get no paid, or they was trying to even give them like little stipends of like what, $1,000 or $500 a month. F all that. Like I said, pass that bread. Y'all getting all this money off of them, and they can't even profit. What you got, Chips?
I'm a little different. I'm a little different on this subject, but I agree athletes should be getting paid. I just don't agree with everybody screaming that the NCAA has to pay these or should pay these college athletes. I'm a firm believer in education at the college level is priceless. I think if you are awarded a free scholarship to attend
it ain't
school,
priceless. There's a price on it.
no, listen. I'm just saying a free one is priceless.
Man, listen.
Listen, my student loans tell me that a free education in college is priceless, brother.
All right, well, go ahead. Keep going with your little.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go. Hurry up.
With my what?
Just
With
go ahead.
my what?
Just
Don't
go ahead.
rush me, fam. Don't rush me, fam. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that.
Ain't nobody trying to rush you. I want to hear what you want to say. What you got to say.
All right. So I'm a firm believer that education should be part of people's consideration when they talk about what do these college athletes get the opportunity to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like that people just throw that out the window, that they're getting a free scholarship should they choose to stay in school or come back to school. Okay. Well, I think if they come back to school, they don't carry the college scholarship over. But I do agree that they deserve some pay. And one of my solutions for this problem, and I think it's the easiest, most simplest solution, is to let players work for their own income. In other words, allow them to endorse themselves. Allow them to get other endorsements. Allow them to sell sneakers, sell jerseys, do commercials, or whatever. Therefore, if you're hot and if you're got a little buzz locally, nationally, statewide, you will be able to make money off of your talents. Therefore, if the NCAA let these students do this, nobody can really say like you guys are not letting them, you know, they can't profit. You're using them for your own money, for your own benefit. Because you're allowing them, hold on, let me finish, you can ask questions. You're allowing them to make money. Now, when you think about it and you put the numbers together, there's over 460,000 NCAA student athletes. So just say every athlete get paid $10,000 a year. That's 4,600,000 and 4,600,000.
My man came with a calculator. Okay,
just for Division I athletes. It's not feasible for the NCAA to pay every student athlete. And then you're going into how much does this student that doesn't play at a Kentucky deserve versus the starter that plays at Kentucky. Like, people don't like to think about those aspects of it. So no, I don't agree that they should just play for free because you're playing college basketball or football or baseball or hockey. That's why I think that solution, letting them endorse themselves and make money that way, is the best solution for everybody. What's your question, Ethan?
That's about the most unfair shit I ever heard in my life.
Why do you think that's unfair?
As you stated, in your argument here, not your argument, but in your point, you got D1, D2. So D3. Who's the senior? And D3. That's right, but you don't really see much full scholarships as far as D3 goes. But who's to say my endorsement is going to be as good as yours? So am I not worth as much as you?
That's up to you. That's how good you are. That's how it happens. That's how it happens.
Why can't that same argument be used when you say the NCAA should pay me more than you?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna ask.
That's gonna be what the argument is.
Because
if you're worth more, then you should get more, is what you're saying, right?
Here's why.
Mhm.
Here's why.
I'm listening.
Because PH, calm down, relax, bro. I mean, it's all right if you don't.
He at you today.
It's all right if you don't agree, but calm down.
He at you today.
Woo, word, son. You know I'm always with the shit. I'm trying to be social and culture. You know what I'm saying? But
and Pop over here watching the Nets about to lose.
No, I'm waiting for a chance to get in. That's all.
Here we go. Here's why. Because college, like when these kids play in college basketball, even though Zion, RJ, or whatever, they are, the standouts at Duke, you know what I mean? But they form a brotherhood. So it's one university that's represented on that team, you know what I mean? When it comes down to it, you know what I mean? That's just like when we had the argument about RJ feeling like second fiddle to Zion or whatever. And my opinion was you really didn't see that too much. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think, if you play on Duke, you represent Duke. So that's one team. If you play on Wisconsin, you represent Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? So you're still a part of that team. I get it. They can say, how much a student athlete should be getting paid because how good they are on the court. But do you know how many kids that is to judge and to put into tiers?
So I think that gets crazy with them endorsing themselves, though, wouldn't it? Like, because again, it's not gonna. No matter how you do it, it's not gonna be fair. Like, can we agree on that part? What? Like, either way, somebody's gonna feel slighted.
Who's gonna feel slighted? The person who feels like they're better than they are?
Obviously, if I'm seeing somebody on my team, I'm like, man, you only score 2 more points than me.
Well,
but
listen,
if more than me.
If you want to dig into that way, I guess that's just another layer that you can dig into.
That's what you said, though. That's why I'm going off of what you said.
No, what did I say though? What are you saying?
You said, it shouldn't be. Oh well, this person gets more than this person.
My point to that was because it's one team, right? It's one team representing one university, right? And also there's too many athletes around or in the NCAA to decipher who gets what and how much that person gets.
So you don't think Duke as a team would get way more endorsement money than North Carolina A&T?
As a team? I'm not talking about as a team. I'm talking about as players.
Okay, still. The best player on North Carolina A&T probably wouldn't get as much as the 12th man on Duke.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Either way, it would be completely unfair.
But that's up to the player's ability and marketability. That's real world.
So then why can't the NCAA pay them based on their marketability?
Because it's too much fucking money. So you're going to say you don't get nothing because you're just a 12th man on the NCAA team, but this player is going to get $1 million.
So what's the difference between me saying that as the NCAA or the people saying that as you trying to endorse yourself and not getting that?
Because it's in your hands to make your money. I'm not holding you back.
How?
I'm not holding you back for making your money if you can make money.
But how? Okay, but it's not about you holding me back.
What Chips is saying is there is no rules against. He's saying take the rules away from making money. So if you could go out there and sell a sneaker, go ahead and do it. If you go out there and sell jerseys, go out and do it. Like there's nothing that's going to suspend you anymore, is what he's saying. So if you want to make money, you can go out there and do it. However you see fit, however you can go out and do it, is what he's saying.
That's different than saying you get paid off of just endorsements. That's different. But okay.
Why is that different?
Because people aren't going to want to endorse you if you ain't worth the endorsement.
You don't know what kind of endorsement a person from a D2 school can get locally. He can get a fucking store locally to endorse him.
How if you the 11th man riding the bench?
I don't know how. Maybe you can.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's a
maybe they can do a team commercial and you get a piece of the pie. I'm just saying, if you allow the kids to do that, then nobody can say that you are not letting the kids profit off their time.
So I'm not totally against what Chips is saying. I just think that opens the door for the wrong things. Because now it's like it's all about me. Because I'm trying to make sure that I can get more endorsement money than the next person. So what you just said is actually I like better. Where you said the team would be endorsed by a store or whatever, and the whole team divvy up that money equally. I like that better. Whereas
that's an idea. That's an idea.
The entire team would be endorsed by Nike. And they get paid however much, and the team split that evenly. I would like that idea better than each individual, because you would have to get like an agent. You have to do too much where at that point you're not a college athlete no more. You're a professional at that point. If you got your own agent and you're doing this and you're doing that, you don't need to be in college at that point.
I mean, but technically, aren't they professionals anyway?
No.
They just not getting paid for it.
Then you're not a professional.
If you get paid, you're a professional in any walk of life. You know what I mean? It's a profession. So
the one thing that they should be getting is what's holding them back from being a professional. They literally live the life of a professional athlete.
I'll say this. That number you came up with, 4 billion or whatever.
I was just about to get him on that. So
I'm not getting him on it. I'm not.
I don't know what's Yo, please, Pop, I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead, talk, son. I want to hear what you guys say.
Listen, the SEC alone generated $600 million.
The who?
This SEC.
Yo, can I talk?
It's $41 million.
Yo, PH, can I talk?
No, Pop, please let him finish. Please let him finish. Yeah. Go ahead. Start over though, because I want to get
the SEC. The SEC, just that conference. And how many other conferences in college?
Say the number, bro.
$600 million.
Okay.
Big Ten made more than that.
Okay.
Now, you said what? 4.6 billion. Them two conferences,
son. Just in Division I.
Okay.
You are not nowhere near that number, son.
Them two conferences right there is 1 billion.
But that is one. I'm talking one division, son. One division. Division I athletes. Okay. You're nowhere near that number. When you do the math, son.
Listen, if two conferences can generate $1 billion, two conferences can generate $1 billion. That's $3 billion within how many more?
Yo, PH, do you understand that's one division? That's one division.
Okay.
No.
Chips, do you understand? He's talking about
what I'm saying.
It's a fraction of one.
I know what he's saying, but when you say 300 million or 600 million,
I said
that's one conference.
That's one conference.
I understand that. I understand that.
So two conferences got you $1 billion already.
$1 billion.
Exactly. $1 billion.
Okay.
There's many more conferences.
You know how many conferences is left in college?
And then hold on.
Let's do the math.
No, wait.
Let's do the math.
Wait a second. No, wait a second. Because if you're allowed to pay kids, there's things that you can bring back that would generate money, like video games. They had to stop producing those games because the O'Bannon brothers took them to court. Yeah. That right there would generate billions of dollars. They can generate enough money to pay these. You said $10,000. They can generate enough to pay them kids $10,000 and give them the schooling. So when you talk about school is priceless and all of that, I understand what you're trying to say, but these kids are one.
No, it's not trying. That's my opinion.
One and done. They're one and done.
Not every kid is one and done, son. And you can't.
We're talking.
All right, so you can't generalize it just to one and done.
I can because the money.
One and done. I guarantee you, more than half of them would take that one and done and leave.
You said what?
I said if you give the kids the opportunity to do that one and done instead of having to stay in school, they'll leave.
Who will leave?
A lot of kids would leave.
Do you know how many slots there is to get into each sport, son? Versus students that play the game?
No. We're talking about basketball. Let's keep it on basketball.
Okay, basketball.
All right.
You feel me? A lot of people would take that one and done, and a lot of them will be out of a job and out of school.
All right, and it happens all the time. Before they put this rule in, how many kids was going straight from high school, Chips?
Not many.
What?
Not many.
Yes,
not
it
many.
was. Yes, it was.
It's just not many made
not
it.
Many, son.
They wasn't
not
making it. They wasn't making it,
Not
but
many
they was
made
going.
it. There was people going.
In comparison, not many were going straight.
In
just
comparison,
making a jump, saying, "Fuck it, I'm gonna declare for the NBA draft."
In comparison to what?
To kids entering college.
Oh, all right, of course not.
Okay, so you can't say you know how many. Of course, there's going to be some. But you have to compare
this is the point that you're missing. The guys who are the money makers are the one and dones. The ones that is generating this money are the one and dones, not the fool. Oh, you don't know that? Go ahead and sit there and lie and say you don't know that.
That's not what I'm saying. I don't know that. What I'm saying is, if you want to have this conversation, you cannot generalize it to the one and dones, because the argument.
Why not?
Yes, you can.
Hold on.
Yes, you can.
Hold on.
You can.
Well, then guess what? Y'all the only two saying that, because the argument is NCAA athletes deserve to be paid. Not one and dones deserve to be paid. That is not the argument.
I didn't say that neither. What I'm trying to say to you is that they're the ones who generate the money.
I totally disagree with that.
All right.
I totally.
What other school would generate tickets being sold for the amount of money that the game just had?
Exactly.
Because I can guarantee you that money that was being made. What other school would generate the amount of money on ticket sales that just got done in that Duke UNC game? And I can hold on.
Okay, I'm going to answer your question. Go ahead.
I'm not finished, but I can also guarantee you those ticket sales wasn't to see Lucas May on UNC or any other senior. It was to see.
I didn't say it was.
But that's what we're saying, though.
That's one game, son.
No, it's
that's
not.
One game.
It's not one game.
What other game generated that much money, son?
No.
What other game?
No. Hold
on. No, don't say no. You can't keep saying no to everything I say, son. He just said He just asked me a question.
Every game people are going to Duke is going to watch Zion. Every game.
It's not generating that money. I'm answering his question, sir. He asked me what other game would generate that money. That is the biggest, hugest, most popular college rivalry with one of the biggest NCAA stars in NCAA history.
In no other year has any tickets in that rivalry been sold for that much.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But why? But why is it? Were they sold that much this time?
Because of Zion.
All right, that's what we trying to get at.
So hold on. So y'all are gonna sit here and say, right? Just because Zion played the game against North Carolina, the NCAA or whoever else should say you got to pay all these other students because they might not never come nowhere close to generating that kind of money.
What we're saying is when you're thinking about who's making the most money and the most profitability, it's the one and dones. Those are the most profitable.
So you're gonna say just because Zion made that much money, right? If you compare him to
only Zion, or was it the other two that were top 4 draft picks?
Let me answer the question. Let me finish my statement. Zion is here for 1 year, right? Mm-hmm. He made this much money at this one game. There are other huge students, popular students in college football, basketball, whatever, that stay 1, 2, 3, 4 years, that make money over those 3 or 4 years, that might top in total that money that Zion got in one game. That's what I'm saying.
That's not the case.
You don't think that's the case?
So did Zion only play one game, or again, not even?
No, I'm answering your question.
Not even just Zion. Again, because like I said, it wasn't only Zion. It was
that's what you asked me, sir.
It was the other two.
No, I said one and done.
I didn't say you. I said him.
I said one and dones.
And that's what I said as well. And I said one and dones as well.
No, you just said because of who?
And I also said, which you wasn't listening, I also said the other two that will be going.
You said that after. You said that after. But we can rewind the tape. You said that after, but we can rewind.
Okay, and I clarified. You decided to keep going and stick
two people does not. 2 people or 3, whatever you want to say, 4 does not fucking make off that one game more money than what's this dude at the football?
Why are you talking about football, son?
What's his name?
Football is completely different. That's
Why are you talking about? There is no one and done in football. There is no such thing.
You can't do one and done in football.
So what you're saying is football college athletes not.
I'm talking about basketball. I'm talking about basketball.
What is the question that we asking here? What is the question that we asking here?
Football can't do one and done. That's why it's not.
What is the question that we're debating? What is the question?
The most profitable athletes are going to be the one and done athletes. If we're talking about basketball,
no, I'm asking you what's the question
should college players get paid?
Okay, so why must I stick to just basketball?
Because every example we're talking about is basketball. We would have to.
That's my point.
All right.
That's my point.
Okay.
Let me go back to my original point. When you think about it, and this is what people do, they get fixated, right, on the Zions. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to NCAA athletes than just the Zions.
Overall,
that you have to factor in
the fact that the conferences made that much money. I wasn't bringing up,
and I still don't think the money that you're talking about in those conferences could match up to what the total amount of payout that would have to be.
And you want to know what's crazy? That
Zion has you just said it yourself. Zion has an insurance for fucking $8 million, not $10,000.
But listen, wait, Chris, wait a minute. You know what?
I didn't play something for the NBA, son.
I didn't even clarify. That $600 million is football money. Not even basketball, not baseball, not anything else. That's just straight football money. In the two conference, and that's $1 million.
Most popular conference in the NCAA.
The Big Ten makes more than them. I just can't figure out exactly how much more. I think
Google it, motherfucker. Google is your friend.
Listen, I can't. They're not putting exactly the numbers up.
Well, don't bring it to me. If you can't find the numbers, don't bring it to me. Don't bring it to me.
It don't matter. Now it's don't bring it to you,
now
right?
Don't bring it to me.
I'm bringing numbers to you. I'm bringing numbers to you.
You just told us 10,000 wouldn't be enough. Oh,
exactly.
I can do the math on that. I'm saying, and the reason why I said 10,000 won't be enough is because I compared that to the $8 million insurance policy that Zion has.
That is to protect him from missing the NBA.
And that's
I understand what that is, but I'm just saying that is his value. That is his value. That is his stock price.
That's what after. No. That's not even for if he doesn't make it to the NBA. That's for if he drops past 16. That has nothing to do with college.
You don't know that. You don't know that. I'm gonna tell you why you don't know that. Because the insurance policy is an injury policy. If he gets injured and falls past,
hold on. So when would he get paid that though?
If he falls past the 16th.
So then how can you tell me I don't know that if you just said that?
Because that's not what you said. You just said if he falls back. And you said it's not about making it in the NBA.
It's an insurance policy. We don't need to insert the part if he gets hurt and drop below this.
So if
for injury.
So if it's an insurance policy,
injury insurance.
And they put his value at $8 million
for the NBA. For the NBA.
My point is, if I go into the NCAA right now, I'm not getting an insurance policy for $8 million. That's not my worth. So my point when I said that was, you can't. I just gave a number $10,000. Obviously, that's not going to be what Zion would be getting paid in the NCAA.
Why
unless
not?
You, according to y'all, it wouldn't be right to just say, a player is only worth this or every player.
I never said that.
When did we say that?
I corrected myself and said every player shouldn't get the same amount. So therefore, players are going to be able to determine what they're worth, right? So you think
that's what you saying?
Again, none of us ever said they should.
None of us argued against everybody getting $10,000. Nobody said that was a bad idea.
I just talked to Yeetity for you didn't when I said
I never said that one. I said that if off of what you said, the endorsements, they would get paid more. So what difference is that? What difference is that from the NCAA saying that they should be different? I never said I thought that was right. I said based on what you were saying, sir. I gave you a counter to what
you think that's right? So you think that's right that every player should get the same amount?
If we're talking about giving student athletes money and pay, I don't know what should be right or wrong. But again, don't make it seem like I said that. I never said that.
Yeah, I said every player get $10,000, right? You came back and said to me in a question, raise your hand before I finish and everything, and said if you can say the endorsements people can give these different players a different amount of money, why shouldn't the NCAA give these players different amount of money for what they're worth, right?
That's not saying that I think one way or the other.
But Chips,
that's me asking a question, right?
Chips,
I don't ask questions that I don't just ask random questions.
You're combining two different things, though.
You're combining two different things.
Stop repeating what he said and say what you say. Go ahead.
You just hold on. Okay, and I'm gonna
hold on, Chris.
Let Pop talk.
Your first statement was if everybody got paid $10,000, that'd be $4 billion, and you didn't feel like they would generate enough money to do that. And then
I said no. I didn't feel like that. Go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
And then you went on to the endorsement thing. Those were two separate things. I don't think anybody, when you brought up that $10,000, nobody ever disputed, oh, that's wrong. Everybody said.
No, I didn't say nobody disputed that, Pop. Listen to what I'm saying.
No, because what I'm saying to you is you just said none of us would think that Zion should get 10,000. And
right.
Nobody said that though.
So
I'm cool with Zion getting 10,000.
Do you know why I said that statement?
I'm cool with everybody getting 10,000 though. I'm letting you know right now.
That's you. But what do you know why I said that one statement that you just said?
I do know why.
Why?
Because you feel like they think that different athletes get paid different amounts.
No, that's not why. I said that statement in regards to PH saying that the SEC made this amount of money. So then I said, PH, when I threw out the 10,000, that's just a fucking random number. So and then I compared that to Zion having an $8 million insurance policy for injury for being one and done. Is obviously saying he's not going to make $10,000 on a free, wide open market in NCAA. He's not going to make that. So if PH comes to me and said the ACC made $600 million, just because I threw out $4 billion just off a random $10,000 of salary for every Division I college athlete, that don't mean that the total can get way above that. There's different variables.
So you made up the number? $4 billion.
The only number I made up is $10,000, sir. That's the only number I made up.
Does that equal $4 billion? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
So that means you made up that number too, stupid.
What?
That means you made up the $4 billion number too.
No, I did not, sir. How did I make up that number? That's supposed to be
hold on. Stop.
Do you hear the stupid shit this dude is saying?
Listen.
Come on, son.
Listen
to what you got caught too this now. I heard that.
Yo, because this is crazy, son.
Listen.
How you be so... Yeah, Pop.
You said that...
I made up $400 billion. That's crazy.
You said that when you say the number could be way higher than that, are you talking about 10,000 could be way higher?
Yes, which in turn, if you do the multiplication, would make the $4 billion.
But what's wrong with $10,000 though?
No. Now, if that's going back to my original point, for the amount of total NCAA athletes, Division I, Division II, or across all sports, I don't think that university will be able to survive paying these players and the NCAA as an organization. Even if you just had $10,000, that's why I said $10,000 a reasonable salary
But see, I think the part that you missing is that if they allow these kids to be paid, that will open up more avenues for them to generate money. They can't license these kids anymore because of what happened in the past. Yo, can I talk, son? Because you be talking for mad long. Let me just get my shit off, son. It's points I want to get off, son.
All right, you already said that, and I was going to agree with you.
All right, but let me finish my other points.
I thought you were talking to me. Go ahead.
So, I think the kids should be paid also. I don't even think at this point how they should be paid, how much they should be paid, that should be an afterthought. They should be paid is the point. They should be paid. They should be protected. They should be paid. These guys are being exploited, like, to the utmost power. Like, it's crazy. You saying that they're getting free tuition, room and board. That's cool. Now, when you talk about other divisions, they're not getting that. It's only Division 1 that's getting that. So,
I don't know if that's true. I'll have to look that up.
Okay.
So Division 2 athletes do get full scholarships, and
everyone?
Not everyone.
This is what I'm saying.
Everyone in D1 don't get the full rides. It's walk-ons that's paying.
Okay. And they should get paid too. So they not. That's even more reason. Everybody's not even getting that. So that's not even. That's not even a good argument then. If you're telling me that everybody,
I didn't say that's an argument. Because,
all right.
So why you telling that? Why you saying that's not a good argument?
Because you don't have to debate everything. Let me just continue, son.
I don't have to debate you saying something about something that I said, which I didn't say.
I didn't say you said that. I didn't say, yo, Chips, that's not a good argument. I'm speaking in general. That's not a good argument.
But Pop, you just said for scholarship. That's what you said, son.
All right, man.
But go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all talk. Go ahead.
You ain't gonna let nobody talk.
That's crazy. Cause you can't tell me you're not saying something against something I said. When you said you said that I said it, and I didn't say that.
I didn't say you said. I didn't say you said, son. You just think everything's an attack at you. I'm speaking in general, son.
I just want to go on the record. PH started this.
You're not coming up with these ideas. You're not coming up with these ideas off the top of your head. They couldn't
make that money.
You turn on ESPN right now, they're saying the same thing. I'm not saying, yo, Chips said that this is happening. That's not what's going on. These are arguments that's made. People bring up these things. I'm saying that that's not even a good argument because throughout all Division 1s, everybody isn't getting a scholarship. So that's not even a good argument. So yes, these kids should be getting paid. They're providing entertainment for millions, hundreds of millions of people in different countries throughout the world. And they're all not going to go to the NBA. So why should they not be rewarded for their entertainment? That's a whole nother, how they should be paid, and that's a whole nother debate. I just think that they should be paid. And that's the first step that needs to be crossed. All right, we're gonna pay these kids. Now let's figure out how we're gonna pay these kids. Because right now it's like we're all arguing the same thing. We all feel like they should be getting paid. But we just debating on how they should be paid. Who cares? I don't care. Just let them get their money. Let them cross that line. And then once they cross that line, we could decide on, all right, this is how it's going to go this way, it's going to go that way. Because right now it's not fair. Right now it's not fair. So you can't tell me once kids start getting paid, people going, oh, that's not fair and that's not fair. It wasn't fair when nobody was getting paid.
People still want to say that. People say that now. Women should be getting paid more, or McDonald's should be getting paid more. That's part of life.
It is a part of life.
Minimum wage about to be like $15.
I thought it was already.
It is up in New York.
And I think they're making it like nationwide or something crazy that.
You got all of these networks paying NCAA, multiple different networks. I can just imagine how much money just they make in March alone. Just in March.
$857 million, fam. I got that for you. That was last year.
How much?
$857 million.
And just 1 month.
Just for the tournament.
And then if we do bring up other college sports, they got their same thing. The month of January, how much you think college football make in the month of January? Like, they make crazy amounts of money where people can be paid. It can be done.
Don't forget about College World Series too.
Just so, and we just talking about 1 month of these different seasons.
Frozen.
And then when you start talking about video games, jerseys, this and that, the money is going to come in. You know how many people still to this day want to play Coach K, NCAA football?
Kick that Coach K out of here, fam.
People be craving for those games to come back because every state and country or whatever else, they don't have big markets. They might not have a professional team. All they have is a college team.
Virginia.
Exactly. And people gonna buy those shits. And man, the O'Bannon brothers, they ate off of that. They was smart. But I can imagine how much NCAA was making back then.
They ruined it for everybody else after the fact.
Back then,
when they went to court for that, son, I was so upset. No NCAA football games, no basketball games.
Just know, this G League that's about to let people come in and get paid 100,000+. That's gonna change everything. It's gonna change a lot. It's gonna change a lot, and I want to see how successful college basketball is after that. Once they drop this age limit back to 18, and they allow people go to the G League. And there's no Zion, no Andre Barrett, none of these guys are there. And you got a team full of Mays and Whites and whoever else is on the 6-man roster.
College basketball will still live on.
It will, but it won't be what it is now. I bet you that.
I
bet you that. Yo, man,
I think it will be.
You know what they missed out on not getting LeBron? They missed out on this. What Zion doing right now? That's what they missed out.
That's a once in a generational athlete. Like,
okay, they missed out on Kevin Garnett. They missed out on Kobe Bryant.
And they still was popping back.
Not like this.
And they this. If Kevin Garnett went to the NCAA, he would not have been what Zion is in the NCAA.
All right. Okay.
He wouldn't have been.
All right.
He wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been.
All right.
He wouldn't have been.
Just know.
If you can have players like Chris Webber, like fucking JJ Redick at Duke, like fucking Lonzo at UCLA, like it's college ball, just college ball. College ball is what it is. College NCAA college, the March Madness will live on.
It will. I'm talking about the money generated.
You know why? Because the kids that can have the ability and the talent to go to the G League or the NBA or whatever will pale in comparison into the kids that can generate excitement and just are not ready for that level of basketball yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be lopsided, and the NCAA will live. They'll be all right.
I'm not saying they won't. I'm talking about the money. That's what I'm talking about. If they don't give these kids a reason, I'm talking about top talent. I ain't talking about just anybody. If they don't give these kids reason to come to college basketball, they're not coming.
No, well, listen. If you have a Zion and Zion can go get paid in either college or NBA, he's not picking the college. He's going to pick the most money.
But it ain't going to just be Zion.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that's just an obvious choice. That's what I'm saying. Like it. But I'll save that because that goes into the next point. Yeah, what you got, Yitidi?
I actually agree with your statement, Chips, as far as college. Look. He ain't even waiting to hear what I was saying.
Don't want to fight. Y'all get my blood pressure going, man.
Just shut up. That's all. It won't go up. It won't get going if you just shut up. Stop trying to argue and debate everything. Like I was saying, I agree with your point of college is priceless. Here's the issue. students got to pay for it. So if this was a situation where other countries where secondary education is free, then that could be different. So look at going overseas, playing ball somewhere else where you don't got to pay for college. Then that might be something where, okay, you can look at different alternatives, but you got to pay for school. So, you know what I mean? The same way every kid on the team or every kid, every athlete, every sports program doesn't get a scholarship to go to the point of the endorsements or the NCAA deciding to pay them unequally, it would be just the same as them not getting a scholarship. Instead of having to pay $0, you got to pay half of what your tuition is because we're going to give you half a scholarship, not a whole scholarship. Or we're going to let you try out for the team and you can walk on, but you still got to pay your whole tuition. So I think it varies, and I think if that is what is decided, I wouldn't say it wouldn't be fair, but again, that's a different road that you got to cross once it gets there. I think we all do agree they need to be paid. It's not fair for the stress and the light that they have to go through and the life that they have to live because it is different. I do disagree with your Zion's worth is $8 million because that's also $8 million on top of whatever he would be getting contract-wise once he gets to the NBA. That's why you can't say you don't care who it's for because that does play a part. It's not like if he just got injured and he wouldn't be making any other money, like, okay, well, you just leaving the game with this $8 million. You're still going into the draft. You're still going to get millions on top of that. So technically, the $8 million isn't only what he's worth. It's compensating for what he's missing out on.
I don't know what the 17th draft player salary is in the NBA, so I'm not going to speak on that. What I'm saying is,
you wouldn't agree that it's millions of dollars, though?
No, not necessarily. I don't know if that's a given. Millions of dollars
a year?
Millions of dollars a year, yes. You think they're making hundreds of thousands and they're in the first round?
That's the lottery. No, that's not. What's the lottery?
That's what I'm saying. I don't
15.
know.
15 is lottery. So right outside of 15.
I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know. We will have to check.
I'll look it up while y'all talking.
But again, to
4 years, $13 million.
4 years, $13 million total?
Yeah.
So that's about three.
If that's the 17th pick, is that guaranteed or that's negotiated?
17th pick. 16th pick get 14, 85,000. 15th pick get 14.8. 14th pick get
all right. So
4.
Okay, so they get millions, but Zion, like I said, his is $8 million.
Because that mean that his injury made him drop out of the top 15.
Right, I know.
So
that's what
they're ensuring to make him be whole again, basically, to keep him at what he would have been.
I get that because that was to my point that he's getting that money. All I was doing was comparing that to the 10,000. I'm not saying
I'm going off of you saying that was his value, though. You said that's his value, that's his worth.
Yeah, he's valued at a top. He's valued at a top 16 pick.
No, you said the $8 million was his worth. You said the $8 million was what he was worth. That's why I made the comment.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. That by itself is incorrect. But okay.
Why is he not worth $8 million if that's what they?
Because that's getting him to where he would be. His worth is way more than that. You're not following?
I'm fine. I mean, if you want to do the semantics into it, but I get what you're saying. Go ahead. I'm just. Yeah. You have to be a talent for a school to say I'm going to insure you for $8 million. Like I said, if what's the dude that came in and played a lot when Zion went down? I can't think of the last name. Not Bolden. The other tall skinny. The
other dude that got elbowed in the eye?
I turned the game off. I don't even know if he got it. But he's not getting that $8 million. My point was saying Zion is worth $8 million. That's what his name brings him.
And that's why we needed to clarify, because just making that general statement is false. Because the $8 million isn't for just if he gets hurt. It's for if he falls in the draft. to compensate what he would get if he didn't get hurt. That's why I'm saying that.
If he got hurt and he still got drafted number 1, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't get the $8 million.
I know that. I know that. I didn't never say it was. All you cannot say, you can't say in one breath is not for injury. It is an injury policy. It's an injury insurance policy.
For what though?
If he gets injured playing basketball and it causes him to drop below the 16th, I'm going to pay you $8 million.
Again, but it would be on top of what you would still get.
But we're not talking about the NBA salary because
that's what they're stapling it on, sir. That's what I'm telling you.
Listen, no, they're not. They're not stapling it on to that.
You know why?
He would still be getting an NBA salary, correct?
Not necessarily if he can't play again. What if he can't play again?
Okay.
Now,
because if he doesn't get drafted, he don't get that $8 million. So that's why it has nothing to do with him getting that on top of an NBA salary.
Do any of us know the stipulation on if he doesn't play at all? Or if there is one? No, we don't. Only thing that we know of right now.
I know what I heard on reports.
And the only details we got is if he falls below 16, correct?
That's not the report I got, sir. I don't know if you got that report. I'm telling you, if he doesn't play basketball in the NBA because of injury, he gets $8 million.
Okay.
And if he gets drafted, it has to be after 16 for him to get drafted. That's the report I heard.
Okay.